Hi, in this training lesson, we're going to look at editing an argument graph to disagree with a premise. So I'm going to find the example. The example is based on a lesson, Is it reasonable to believe in life after death? So this is the last stage of that lesson. When you went through the lesson, you probably made some notes and changed some of the truth values if you disagreed. So we'll just do that for one of these statements. So the Bible is inspired by God. So it could be that you've changed your opinion on that one to false using the slider here. So my opinion is certainly false. And you may have made a note here. So, for example, I don't agree the Bible is just a book. So, if you've made notes like that, they don't have an effect on the lesson itself, but you see them when you click on this E for edit stage. That's the last stage of all in the lesson. So, here in the edit stage, those changes take effect. So if I click on this statement, your opinion is here, certainly false, your note is here, but also the statement itself has gone red. That means the statement is now false. Remember that the edit stage belongs to you. It's your argument graph. So you can make it say what you want to. So now this is saying the Bible is not inspired by God. The effect of that on this argument step is to defeat it. You can see the purple line has disappeared completely. And that means that this argument makes no contribution to the final conclusion, which is it is reasonable to believe in life after death. Now, you don't have to have made notes in order to make changes like this. You can change any premise you like. So, for example, if I click on nobody comes back from the dead, I can make that false. Now, this has become false, so it's red. The effect of that is it defeats this generalize argument step. That means I can make the conclusion of that step false, like this. And that in turn means that this argument will have no effect on the final conclusion. So you've defeated that argument. Now, there are two things that you need to think about when changing a premise in this way. The first one is it reasonable what you're doing? So I've just made nobody comes back from the dead false, but it's common knowledge that that's actually true. So I don't think you're going to get away with that as a position if you wrote it in an essay, for example. So I'm going to change that one back to true. And also this. The second thing you need to take into account is you can easily change the truth value for a premise like this, which has no arguments coming into it. But if you try and change the truth value for a statement like this, which is actually the conclusion of a previous argument, you're likely to conflict that statement and have to do more work. We'll look at that in the next lesson. So that's the end of this training lesson. You should be able to change the truth of any premise in the argument graph now.